Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Friends from Work. I'm Tom, this is Sean, and on today's episode we are going to be talking about Disney Plus's new original series, ANDOR. But before we get into that, do us a favor, leave a like right now, subscribe down below, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, links are on the screen and down below. If you want to see our other side stuff, I do music, he does sports. Click on the side channels below. I'll start editing that down below as well. But I'll let you take the lead since you're a little Star Wars geek.
I'm not a Star Wars geek.
A little Star Wars geek.
Familiar with the
You
lore.
have the Jedi robe on right now.
All right, Andor. I believe it's set 5 years before Rogue One.
Okay.
It's basically how they formed the rebellion.
Yeah.
First few episodes are kind of slow.
Yeah.
Main characters Cassian Andor. They started off thinking it's gonna be a plot about him trying to find his sister, but that kind of goes to the wayside.
Yeah, that got like thrown off
after
like an
episode.
episode. That chick. It was like they literally did not care. I honestly totally forgot about that
because I'm like I'm like they talk. He had no sister in Rogue One. He didn't say he had no sister. Like, would she die or something?
I totally forgot about that.
He just never talks about her. So I don't. They kind of change. I don't know if they changed his backstory. They never addressed it. I don't know. Like I said, at Rogue One, they never say like, "Oh, I have a lost sister," or I got split up from my sister at birth, or not at birth, but as kids or whatever. Yeah. But so that was weird. But
what do you like about it? We'll go with that.
I would say what I did like about it was I thought it was a good show just on its own.
Yeah.
Like if this was just like a space heist movie that had nothing to do with and no Star Wars characters, none of the characters had anything to do with Star Wars, I thought it would still have been pretty fucking good. Like I said, the characters, the dialogue was really interesting. Mm-hmm. They made up a lot of I won't say a lot, but I'd say maybe half, 30-40% of these new places and towns and characters. You got like a weird inside look on the Empire as well.
Yeah.
Where it was like you realize just like how big pieces of shit like they all were, but they were all like in the purpose of serving daddy. You know, like they all were just being biggest dicks they are to be kiss asses. So they would like be the baddest of the bad. I don't know. It's just that part I liked. And I thought I wasn't gonna like there being no lightsabers or Jedi. Sometimes I do wish like they would just put them in there a little bit, but I thought it worked.
I get that. I'm just out for me regarding the whole like Jedi thing. We've had so much of it that I do find it refreshing to just not get any involvement regarding it, just because it just adds on to the expansion of it. You know what I mean? I think they did a great job. That was my big compliment to this show specifically, and all the other spin-off shows in general. They've really expanded the universe in general, and in my opinion, I think this show and all the other shows in general kind of amplifies the original three. You connect like, oh well, now you see why. Because I thought to myself when watching this show, I was like, what like. Thinking back to the movies, like I really didn't know how bad the Empire was. I just knew they were the bad guys.
That too, yeah. I guess that was cool.
In this show too, they really showed it.
Yeah, it's like
they were real
and
assholes.
It was kind of tied into our life too, because it was like they were like just getting arrested for bullshit. And like you see in the show, Andor pulls this big ass heist. They don't get caught, and then he just gets arrested standing around doing nothing. It's like, all right, going to jail 5 years.
Yeah, I was like, damn,
for like standing around, like. And that was weird. That's like some shit in some other worse countries in the world where that kind of happens to them. That was like I said, like Tom said, that really showed that like you never see the Jedis are never telling you like why the Empire's so bad.
They're just
like
bad.
They're the bad guys. We're the good guys. They do bad stuff. We told you they do bad stuff. But
you
like
see them
in this,
kill
it's
some
like
guys. That's about
we
it.
see them have like meetings on planning this like evil, sadistic shit where like people are nothing and they're using them as like so. That kind of like made them even a bigger bad, but on like a more personal level, because you see like there's like thousands of people behind the scenes who are evil making this happen. It's not just Darth Vader. It's like or Palpatine. It's like those are the bad guys, but like these other low level people, they want to be praised so bad that they're like even more evil. Like
Darth.
They just don't have any power, but they would like if they could, they'd kill everybody.
They're like Palpatine over here.
Yeah, they would kill anybody they had to get like noticed. So that was I don't know if refreshing is a word, but it was very interesting to see it from that point of view.
Yeah, the expansion in general and kind of the other side of that made me understand more why everyone hated the Empire in general so much, and it was cool to see. Not only like the regular civilians, but like the people who worked at the Empire started kind of flipping on it.
Yeah,
Who was that? That lady. I wrote her name down.
Mothra.
Sure.
Is that her? Is that who you're thinking about?
The one who would go always to the jeweler.
I think her name is Mon Mothra.
But yeah, he was the, or she she was like a senator or something like that, right? Yeah. It was just seeing her as she was done with the Empire, and she was working or starting to help the rebellion. Like you just saw like these, and that he was only in that episode when they were doing the heist. It was that colonel with the black guy with the mustache.
Oh yeah.
Again, he was involved. Like I said, it was like you see these people who are like high in ranks and who have set up lives that are like, oh fuck this.
They're tired of it. Yeah. They don't want to be a part of it anymore. Like that was we never really seen too many people like that in the Star. Like it was like good guys, like you said, good guys and the bad guys. I thought this show was a lot of. I wrote that down. There was like a lot of gray area characters where like even the good guys were doing ruthless shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that was a cool thing about the show too, where it wasn't like all these. There were some heroic moments, but like when people were dying, it was just like, bam, shot you in the back.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this lightsaber battle where like they struggle for the gun. They're like, pow, like no big speech, or no like last words, no, bam, like came out of the dark and just killed them.
First episode, he just shot 2 guys.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, they set it up in the beginning. Right when they start off is to show that like Andor is like he's supposed to be the hero of the movie, but he's just letting you know that like. He's not really a hero. He's willing to do whatever he has to do. And I guess that was the whole underlying of the show was like sometimes some of us have to be just as ruthless as them or we're never going to win. Like,
so my question, because I never watched Rogue One, regarding Cassian Andor, because he is dead, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Did he die in the movie or
he died in the movie.
Okay.
At the end, like the Death Star goes off or whatever they're blowing up. Not the Death Star, but whatever. I forgot they blew something up.
Okay. So, because I remember like watching videos when the trailers were coming out and stuff like that. So he was like in the point in the movie, like he was known as like the guy who's like leading the rebellion or something like that. Give me back.
I wouldn't say he's like
him.
He was like how Poe Dameron was in the newer ones, where like he was like that guy. Like he wasn't in charge because he was like he does his own thing. He could never be in charge because he like is too impulsive.
Yeah.
But he was like when they needed to get jumped, like he's James Bond. Like you know what I mean? They call him when like, all right, you have to do all the tough missions.
I gotcha.
That's why Luthen, that's his name, Luthen, not Luthen.
Luthen, yeah,
was recruiting him because he just had such good like spy espionage type tendencies.
Yeah.
Like,
why did he want to kill him? I had a question about that. Yeah, at the end.
I think
because he was like saying tying up loose ends. But like, how the fuck was he a loose end?
Yeah, I think he was just wanted everybody who like really knew who he was dead.
No, that's fair.
Like, because he send that group of dudes in there. He thought like, oh, they all died eventually, right?
Oh, the heist.
Yeah, like he let them die. Like
and he didn't let them die, so to speak. Like shit was just hitting the fan so much.
But like he kind of knew that was gonna happen. Like, didn't Luthen let like a group of people like get captured? And he was like, "Oh, I'm okay with it." 'Cause I forgot. I think
was that the heist? No, because everyone.
No, I think it was after the heist.
Oh, I think so.
Like he let a group of people get captured, and he was like, because they're gonna get killed, and they'll never be able to tell my name or shit like that. So I don't know. It was weird. That's what I'm saying. Like the show is like, you think somebody's a good guy, or like he's a bad guy, then you're like, oh, maybe he's a good guy. Then you realize no, he is a bad guy.
Yeah, I was really confused. That was my only confusion part. Why? Well,
like it didn't make sense to me either. Like you said, I guess saying tying up loose ends is a reason, but like what
was the fuck was the reason?
Yeah, like
he knew who you were and you paid him to go fucking do the job.
Like he thought he was gonna get. I guess maybe he thought like he was like people really wanted Andor at that point. Like he was like on most wanted list basically. So he was like, "Oh, I can't let him get captured because he could basically give me up to maybe get out of jail for free."
That's
even
fair.
though probably we're all thinking that like Andor's not going to do that.
No,
probably not.
But he didn't know then technically. One thing I do want to speak about Cassian, and I would say Andor because no one calls him I guess everyone calls him Cassian.
Yeah, I was gonna call
whatever. But one thing I did like about it though is his character development overall. Because like I said, I went into the show knowing that he was like this guy, like he was in the future, like he's known as like one of the top rebellion guys, yada yada. And it was cool seeing like he was just like a little punk ass kid in a way, like he didn't want any involvement in the rebellion.
Problem. Like it just felt like
he just wanted to go get cash.
Like Jackie Chan in the movie. No, I don't want any trouble. Like that's the whole movie is him like saying, "Oh, I don't want to be a part of this. I'm just trying to find my sister."
Yeah.
Then out of nowhere,
yeah.
like episode 6, fuck my sister. Like,
Not even episode 6. It was like episode 2. Like, oh, we're finding a sister. No, we're not. Stop
yeah,
it.
fuck that girl.
So yeah,
Rebellion.
let's start a hashtag. Hashtag where'd Andor
Spoilers.
sister go? Oh yeah,
Too
spoilers.
late.
What? Fucking 12 minutes in. Yeah, good job, Sean.
I was trying not to interrupt you.
Well, you usually do with the spoilers, and that's fine.
I will.
It's
from
part
now
of
on,
our
yes.
part of our niche. Sean
Crop
wears
that
robes
to the
now.
back to the
Yeah.
beginning.
How do you, also leave a comment down below if you like Sean's robe.
They can't even see that it's a robe.
Yeah, because your fupa's covering it.
My fupa.
Yeah.
That's my dad bod, I would say.
Yeah, you have like 3 dad bods
I
in
don't.
one.
I can't have a fupa.
Oompa, foompa, stupid. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, I really liked his character development overall. Like I saw it as like a little. He didn't want any fuck. He didn't want to fuck with any of it at all. And then it took a while. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm the big hero now. Like he kind of fell into it and it grew on him.
It was,
yeah.
And like he just really didn't even want to be in it at all. Like even at like and he was. I felt like he was just like gassing everybody else up to be the big hero. Like. Or
like
I don't
Andy
know if that's
Serkis,
it's manipulating him or whatever. Maybe it's playing him. But yeah, the Andy Serkis thing where he just basically walked him through it. Like,
yeah.
That was pretty epic. Andy Serkis really did a good
I
job.
really like the cast. I'll give them the credit too. Is like all their Star Wars series in general. We're going to discuss Andor. When they do, like they cast even just for a couple episodes, their casting's like really good.
Yes,
it's really cool.
I thought everybody did a great job in Andor.
Yeah.
Like I said, Star Wars aside, I thought it was just a really quality TV show in general. I thought it's standalone, like again, like on its own without Star Wars. I would probably have to say it might not be the one I like the most, but I'd probably say to date it's probably the best piece of content they put out. Like I said, maybe not my favorite. Of course, I can admit that I like lightsabers and space fights. And,
right, everyone loves it.
But the dialogue was amazing. It looked great. The asteroid chasing, like when they were showing space, it looked crazy. Like it looked really good. It was really like you really got involved with all these characters. The prison shit was crazy. It was really intense. And it was like one of these things where like you don't know what happens to anybody. Yeah. Like
that's true.
Don't know what Kino or Andy Serkis is like, I don't know how to swim. And he's
Kiro.
It's Kino.
Oh,
it's with an N, I'm pretty sure.
Kino Loy.
Or Kilo.
No, it has to be an N then, because I wrote it down. I just have bad handwriting, but it's either R or an N.
Yeah, I believe it's an N. I wrote it down.
But sorry, Kino Loy. But yeah, regarding the casting in general, with the people you didn't know who you're gonna die. I'm looking right here. Alexander Lawler, that's the actor's name. His name was Karis Nemec.
Yeah.
That was like the little British kid. He was from the End of the Fucking World. A few other shows. He was in an episode of Black Mirror. Where he got
like Black Mirror.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, but yeah, like he was in a few stuff, and I thought he was gonna be in it for longer because he's like a B-list celebrity. I was like, okay, bet he's been around.
Bye.
Yeah, and then Eban Moss. I'm just gonna say his character's name. I'm not gonna try. Arvel Skeen. That was the other guy who didn't trust Cassian at all. That white guy who was like always who went through his bag and shit. He was from the show The Bear. He was that. I
just watched The Bear too.
Yeah, he was the main character in that.
Oh.
Yeah, the tall guy.
Yeah.
He was best friends with Lip's uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now you're right. Now
Yeah. He was always just talking shit. Pretty much the same character in this show. Pretty much just always like, I don't fucking trust you. But like when I saw those characters, those actors, I was like, oh wow, they're gonna be in the show now, and they fucking die in the next episode. So yeah, on your point of them not giving a fuck, like
I said, I don't know if it's not even giving a fuck because like, did they get away? Did they all get recaptured? Like, what happened to Kino? Like.
Kino, I don't know what happened to. Yeah,
well, he said he couldn't swim and he jumped.
Yeah,
right. But like all
he got pushed off. Yeah,
pushed. But what I'm saying, like all those, we don't know what happened to anybody. But
we do.
But Cassian and
we saw fucking the little British kid Karis get fucking smushed.
I know that. What I'm saying is like beside like as a whole, we saw like Cassian and he was with that one other dude, right? They got to save when he got away, like when he got out of the water.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like, didn't hundreds of them jump?
Like,
we don't know what happened.
Yeah,
like, did they all get caught?
I thought you meant that little crew. Like,
yeah,
we saw them all.
Yeah, we saw the crew. We like you knew something was gonna happen to them though because they like told us intimate details about it. They're like, oh, this guy's dead. Like,
I didn't think so. When I saw those two guys,
dead.
When I saw those two guys, I was like, oh, maybe one might die. But I was like, these are like characters, and like, but yeah, that blew me away. I was surprised by that.
But that speech Andy Serkis gave was really epic.
I love Andy Serkis. Anything he does, really, he just fucking kills it. He's such a really good, intense type of actor when he gets in it. He's just so good. I'm looking at my notes right here.
You know who I didn't like? That weird ass detective or whatever the fuck he was, Karn.
Oh my God, I have that. Dude. I have that in my fucking notes
such
too.
A fucking weirdo.
One of my notes, I wanted to ask you that. We'll fucking go right into that. I was confused why his name was Cyril Karn was obsessed with Cassian.
Didn't he like one up him at some point, or like he had him and he got away or something?
No, so like what happened was originally obviously he killed the two guys. And he was from the jump he was obsessed with it. Okay, fine, he killed two officers.
Yeah.
But even his commander was like, they were in a sketchy place. They were doing something they weren't supposed to. They were at like a fucking brothel drinking, and then they got shot up. So he was like, we're just not. We're gonna let them make sure they die as heroes, nothing too crazy, but they're honorable officers. And then he still went into it. And then he like outsmarted him with Luthen when they escaped. Yeah, that was it. Like a car exploded.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like he's just crazy. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't that big of a deal. It's like fucking Obi-Wan like almost killed Darth Vader. You know why he wants to go get him? It's like he killed. But
there's like a whole history there too, so it made sense why like Darth was like fucking like come here, Obi, you little bitch. But it was like the
same kind of assumption.
All right, I was like calm down. He didn't train you your whole life. Like calm the fuck down, champ. But
it was weird. I didn't really like that.
I was confused. It was weird. And that was my
I just honestly didn't think they really needed him for I thought the show, like, it was just this weird thing where, like, it kind of like when they brought him in, it was always at, like, this awkward time that, like, slowed down what was actually going on.
You could have kept him in the first couple episodes, him be obsessed after his friends die, whatever. That makes sense, sure. But after that, like, you had the, did I write down the, I did not, fuck. The female lieutenant. Oh, maybe I did. Yeah,
his wife or something?
Dedra.
Oh.
Dedra.
Yeah.
Dedra, she was like upset, or she was like obsessed with the case and holes, like trying to keep going up levels. So like that made sense for her. Like she was in the Empire.
Him, like, he just like had a vendetta where like
he was a cop. He was like a local cop.
It wasn't even gonna, like, even if he did catch him, it wasn't gonna do anything.
No, because the Empire is like the fucking FBI. How I see it is like they're the FBI. They're the overall government. Yeah. And he's like a fucking local police officer.
Yeah,
like
nobody cares.
The jurisdiction got taken over immediately.
The rebellions. So like, who the fuck? Nobody cares about Cassian.
No. But yeah, we'll stick with the things that I didn't like. Like Sean said earlier, the first 3 episodes were pretty slow. And when I was watching, I don't know how you felt, but I was like, oh, damn, this is not going to be that great of a show. But then it picked up really well.
I feel like there were like 3 different arcs. There was like the first arc where he was trying to get him to do the heist.
Yeah.
And then they did the heist, and then the prison like built up. But I think I agree with you. It was like a slow burn to like. Yeah. But when the shit kicked off, like it was really intense and really into it. And even some of the slow stuff, like I said, the dialogue was really good.
Yes.
And they kind of saved it with that. But I agree, it was like a slow build. You're like, come on, can you fucking break out of the prison already? Come on,
let's do it.
What the fuck?
Well, I didn't mind that, but I think the first 3 episodes, especially for your first 3 episodes, those got to hook.
I thought
like your middle can be a little slow, but you already got the people hooked. You know what I mean? But those first 3, in my opinion, felt like the slowest. Like, you're kind of just sitting there, and there's too many like non-useful flashbacks. Like it showed him first when he was a kid. What was that planet?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For that, that felt like it was a waste of time because they never closed the loop with his sister. And we've already seen Rogue One. I guess there's gonna be an Andor season 2, so maybe he'll find his sister, or he'll find out she's dead. But
maybe like, oh wait, we forgot about that arc.
Yeah,
another season.
Like that part, it felt like a waste because they you're doing all these fucking flashbacks, and then like. At no point does the arc even go towards his sister. Yeah. Like, we're like, oh, he's got a clue. Like, nothing. Like, he doesn't find any clues. Nothing.
He's like, I didn't find my sister. He's like, well, what about this heist? He's like, okay.
What is fucking Morty always say? Son of a bitch, you got me.
That's exactly what it was.
That's basically what it is. Like,
yeah, I do wish there was more flashbacks with Clem. Like I want to know the importance. Like, we saw him, like, okay, his mom, what was his mom's name again? Marva. Marva and Clem. I want to see a little more of that, just a little bit, just to get the idea. But
it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
It was weird. They just like saved him. They're like, "Don't worry, fuck, your sister's dead. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, don't worry about it. He's dead. That fucker's
dead.
Yeah, like, just believe it.
Do you guys have siblings or brothers? They're like, just don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it's like she's dead.
And then regarding what we talked about earlier, the flashbacks with his home planet, I put here more of it. But what I meant by like more of the flashbacks is. Make it make sense. Like, you were just showing us the planet. We didn't see why it got, like, how destroyed it. We just saw like a couple soldiers there. That could have been like a village.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It felt like just a waste of time. That was the only thing I felt that was just like wasted.
Yeah.
They didn't do a lot of wasteful things on the screen. But that one, it just like didn't make any sense because they never, like I said, maybe they were setting it up for season 2. Like
Maybe.
maybe they'll close it in season 2. But even then, it was still wasting this fucking season.
Yeah. So those are my biggest complaints regarding that. Which the flashbacks regarding his home planet was completely useless because they never developed off that. But maybe, like you said, be like a Better Call Saul situation where like there was a flash forward in that situation, but like it added over time. Yeah. Maybe. But even then, those flashbacks, they were just half the time was them just fucking running in the forest. Like there's no like because they didn't put subtitles either. They just had their native tongue with no subtitles, except for like a few times when it was like, oh, look out over there.
Is there? I watched it with subtitles on, so I don't know.
No, they just I never watched those with subtitles. The only time it turned on was like a few times.
What I'm saying is I do watch them with subtitles, so maybe I can't remember if it was actually saying what they were saying. I can't remember. I don't remember being confused then. But yeah, like I said, it just felt out of place because they never like I said, ever went back to it. Like the show started off like, oh, this is going to be important. Yeah. Like this is going to be really important. Yeah. Usually what you start your show off with is like the most, it's like, oh, this has nothing to do
just like
with
a sister. We're going to go do a heist. Yeah. We're going to prison and doing a heist. Yeah. Well, I mean, we love that shit. That was great.
And one thing I didn't like is like, maybe I didn't want to see a Jedi, but I thought maybe we should have saw some Palpatine using the Force or Vader or somebody.
I thought we were
within the Empire because we were seeing a lot of inner workings of the Empire. I would love to see
Palpatine.
Vader like kill somebody at like a fucking TPS report meeting where like it's not even like some war shit. They're just like, oh, we gotta get the numbers up, sir. And he's just like kills like
dumb bitch.
Yeah, like what did you say? Like,
you missed last quarter.
Yeah, exactly. We had a bad quarter. Yeah. He just killed somebody. Like I wanted that, maybe something like that.
I thought we see Palpatine because they mentioned him a lot.
Yeah,
they never mentioned Darth Vader, so that'd been a loose, thin. What's the word?
I guess that
they mentioned Palpatine a lot more. So I thought we'd see like a hologram meeting or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I wanted to see. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't need to see Yoda doing backflips, but like I said, like some kind of
every time when they go in that floating room, that's all I think about. When Yoda does backflips on that shit.
But I did want to see, like I said, they kept mentioning Palpatine. I would have liked to see him. They're supposed to be doing like a show like
they are
about. I think it's called the Acolytes or something.
Oh, okay.
About like some Siths, some bad Siths, or I don't know. Speaking on that, I thought there was a lot of people that said that that they under promoted this show, like because they didn't want it to be better than like Obi-Wan or anything like that.
Who under promoted that? I thought it was pretty well promoted. It's been a while since it's been promo because it's already out. It's been.
Well, I don't know. You're like on Disney Plus though, so like.
Well, I mean, not even on Disney Plus. I mean, like I saw even at work, like I'll see like on like being pushed on here. Like a lot, or like even YouTube ads. Obviously,
I don't remember YouTube ads. I just like I said, a lot of people were saying like they didn't want. Some people don't want the original, like this new stuff they made up to be better. The stuff that has nothing to do with Luke Skywalker and Anakin to like be good. But I thought this was good. Like if this would have just like some show about a space heist that had and like you know what I mean had nothing to do. They changed the name. Because
I'm not that knowledgeable, so you could just
exactly like people who like it was really good. It was intense drama. It was like spy.
Espionage.
Yeah, espionage. It was like real dark and like I said,
mysterious.
Mysterious and it was a lot realistic. Like I said, a lot of the death scenes were like it wasn't like this like dramatic duel and the guy dies. You'd be like, nope, they were hiding behind the corner and they snuck up and shot a guy in the back. Like like no duel, no like I'm killing you because you're evil.
Yeah,
like,
no, it was like
you know why I'm doing this. Like no, they're just like killing people behind closed doors. Like, so that was like I don't know if refreshing's the word to talk about people getting murdered, but it was like a unique take. Like I said, usually Star Wars, all the deaths, it's like a minute-long battle where they're like for honor, like you know what I mean? Like
no, they do drag it out. I will agree with that. But my question for you, because I didn't watch Rogue One and I kind of zoned out because I really didn't care. But what was like I don't know, what was Forrest Whitaker's character's name?
Oh, wasn't he like a lieutenant?
I don't know what he was, but
I forgot.
What was his issue with him and Luthen? Like Luthen and Whitaker did not like each other.
Well,
I was really confused.
Like an Empire double agent, isn't he? Like
I thought he was working for the rebellion.
Yes, he was, but he was also an Empire. Like
originally Empire and then
or some shit like that.
Yeah.
No, I thought he was actually in the Empire still, wasn't he? That's why he didn't want people to find out who he was. He couldn't let anybody find out who he was.
I don't know. I was really confused about that. Like I said, I was really confused.
I mean, now you're confusing me because I'm like, isn't that? Well, I'm pretty sure Luthen was in the Empire and he's like a double agent who like wants to bring them down.
I don't know.
No, you're confusing me.
Okay, so this question's fucking
we had to push this fucking episode back a week because Tom couldn't.
Oh my God. It's not my fault. Luthen just talks and Whitaker pulled up and I didn't know what they were talking about. Are you Googling it?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I thought that was like a big part of the show.
Well, I meant.
Now you're like, if
Well, like when they first met up with each other, like he already had like an issue with him, and I was really confused why. Like, I assumed like he knew because Whitaker, I knew he was in Rogue One. He was like part of the rebellion and shit like that. And then he like had a fucking issue with Luthen when they pulled up. I wasn't really listening. Maybe I should have listened more, but I was really fucking confused on why they were beefing off the jump. Maybe it's a racial thing.
didn't he have that shop where he sold shit?
Yeah, but that was in Black Market.
Or not Black Market or whatever, but like antique or whatever.
Yeah, like that was his cover though, I thought.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. So maybe he wasn't working for the Empire. Like maybe he did deals with the Empire as well.
Yeah, because that senator came in. She works for the Empire.
Okay, maybe that's where I confused. Yeah, like a little confused. I thought like, but like he didn't. I guess it's true. That's why he didn't want like he fucks with the Empire, so he can't have the Empire find again.
That's why Whitaker didn't fuck with him.
Yeah, and that's why he didn't want the Empire, like anybody getting caught and saying, "Oh, he's working with the rebellion." Cause they kill him.
That makes sense then. I'm looking at my notes right here. No, I said we already talked about that and/or home planet. I don't really have any other notes. What about you, Sean? You got anything going on in that little dream journal?
Dream journal, huh?
Dream.
Nothing really. Like I said, I liked it. It was really original. I hope some more Star Wars content like that. The whole Luke Skywalker good guy bad guy thing is getting a little
overplayed.
bland.
Yeah,
we like it, but they got to build up some new characters. The Star Wars, the Jedis they got right now are kind of whack, and they're called like we have no future ones. They're all past people who like are never.
We were so hyped about fucking Obi-Wan. He was like the fucking
and
OG.
Like Luke and then Ahsoka. They're all like people who already have a history. And
a
it's
whole
like,
decade.
I don't know if they'll ever be able to live up to what they've already been built up to. But I highly recommend Andor. If I had to rate it, I would give it a 9.5.
Wow.
I think it's going to win a lot of awards.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was wonderfully done. I can't remember who the director was, but I'm assuming he's about.
But it was the same person every time.
Yeah, I think he's about to get paid. But I highly recommend it. Like I said, if you like quality TV, like I said, it was reminded me of like an old early 2000s show where like they weren't rushing. Like I feel like a lot of shows now are like rushing. Like
on that shit.
Like every episode's got to be great. Every episode's got to be action packed. And like this was like we're gonna tell our fucking story.
Yeah, you could be great in your own way.
Exactly.
So to speak.
You fucking wait and it'll get there and it'll be better for it because we told the story correctly.
Yeah. My final thoughts on it. I would not rate it 8.5 or 9.5. Excuse me. But I love the show. It was a really well made show. For like I said, the first 3 episodes did lack a little bit, and some things were like little, we'll say plot hole for now, but I guess we'll see by season 2. Maybe that was intentional. But I will agree with Sean. They curated the story very well. And I'm pretty novice when it comes to Star Wars. Like I said, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone is for the most part. Everyone just knows the movies, but I haven't really seen anything past Force Awakens. I didn't watch The Last Jedi or the one after that. I never watched Rogue One.
How are we gonna
I didn't watch Solo. Like
you didn't watch Solo?
No, I did want to see it. I can watch it now.
Rogue One's okay.
Yeah.
The end is dope. The final scene is like Vader killing everybody on the ship, so it's
surprising and shocking.
It's like Vader shows up and he kills everybody before they get the message off to before R2D2 escapes or whatever.
I think I saw that clip.
It's when he captures Leia, but he like literally kills like 50 people.
Yeah, because I remember the big thing.
He's like fucking them up.
I think the big thing with that was cause she the girl who what was her name who played Leia?
I don't know.
But I remember there was like a CGI. They did like a whole. I remember they were recreating everyone's face.
Oh, okay.
That shit. I mean, that was like separate. But I would give this show an 8 out of 10. I think 9.5 is a little too high. The big reason I say again, I keep reiterating it. The first 3 episodes were really dragging, and they weren't really. They didn't grip me right away. You did have to like force yourself through it to an extent. But I mean, other than that, after episode 3, everything kind of picked up, and it was nonstop entertainment, in my opinion. I think the highlight of the show overall was the prison. I think it was really good. Just seeing Andy Serkis being really intense, and then again, like it just amplified and made you understand better why the Empire was so hated and why there was a rebellion.
Why there needed to be a rebellion.
And it gave me like big like Hitler vibes, especially with the pants. I had like big floofy pants, so it gave me Hitler vibes. So shout out Hitler. Hop on the pod if you like. We can get you as a guest.
Closest living relative.
Hitler. I don't know. Hila. Well, that'd be last name. So, anyways, other than that, guys, do us a favor before we exit out. Leave a like right now and subscribe. Comment down below what you thought of Andor and all the other Disney Plus series, what you think of Star Wars overall, and what we should talk about next episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Links are down below and on the screen. Other than that, I'm Tom, and this is Shane, and we'll see you guys next week. Next episode. Take care, y'all.